Hi, I'm Victor Vogel. Let me take a few moments and explain a process I'm using to try to communicate some leadership development advice your way. As a consultant for years and years, I use some of these techniques and the approach and day in, day out interaction with consultants. And of course, the benefit of that was I was working next to them side by side for days, weeks, months, and then sometimes years at a time. So they got the benefit of me being right there with them while they were going through this. So I was asking the questions, they were responding, I was providing advice. So I was trying to figure out how do I present that kind of technique in the social media of today's world where you can't get next to somebody, you can't get close to them, you can't be part of their day in and day out leadership life. And so the closest I've come to this is what I'm doing here that can be done in a way outside of direct consulting without, I mean, if I went direct with consulting, we're talking $300 to $500 an hour, depending on the project. Uh, so how do you do that for free? That was the question. How can I give that information as much as I can to you in a way that may be beneficial that you can take and it can be free? And the way I've come up with is through my newsletter. Now it's a little different than I think the standard newsletter you're used to. So what happens is you're going to get an advertisement or some sort of post. Sometimes I put them in a post. Sometimes I put them in comments. There's a place on my website for you to subscribe to the newsletter. Wherever I can get people's attention to subscribe, because I need you to subscribe first is the issue because this is information I want to provide to subscribers because there's an element of interaction involved that you can't do just through mass presentations. Like a webinar to 1,000 people, that's it's not a good way to absorb leadership information. So the newsletter I'm going to be sending out on Tuesday, and that newsletter is going to kind of define what we're going to be talking about in the context of what we're talking about and a brief overview of it. The next Thursday, that's going to go out on a Tuesday. The next Thursday, I'm going to deliver another email that goes into more in-depth discussions about some specific issues related to, and maybe give you some specific advice or some specific actual tools that you can use to apply these concepts we're talking about, whatever it is during that week. Um, and that might come in a form of actually the written content in the email. It may come in a form of a link sending you somewhere else to tell you to get some more information, maybe buy one of my books along with the workbook and work through that for quite a while to get the sense of what you need to be doing, etc. So, or it could be somebody else's book that I'm going to refer you to. Now, I can't attest that they'll have a workbook to go with their book, but there's some that will get you into the material and understanding it. And then on Saturday morning, I'm going to have a brief 30-minute, it can go longer if necessary, but certainly a 30-minute opportunity for people just to ask questions about subscribers to come in and ask questions about the actual uh, topic that we've been covering so that you can get live with me on a chat. You can throw out a question, I can respond to it. You can ask me a follow up question, or somebody else can ask a question. And maybe through the questioning process, some other people will get some clarification in that area. And of course, if you need more than that, then there's the opportunity to simply schedule some time with me. I call that office time, where you can schedule a half hour, an hour with me, and we sit down and chat about your issue, what you need to know, clarify what you don't understand, or maybe there's a particular problem that you really want to apply this to, but you're a little skeptical to start with, and you want somebody to run it by, and that might be me. Now, who should join this? Pretty simple, everybody. Because this isn't just about leaders. Could be about employees. Employees having this information would be as impactful as leaders having the information. For both of them to have the information could be extremely beneficial to any organization. But it's not just employees and leaders who connect. You connect with people throughout your whole life in various forms, in various organizations. You have a family organization that might be your immediate family, you, your child, and maybe a high school level child you're trying to connect with, and working through issues. Which, by the way, I would really get excited if I had a parent and a high school student both subscribe to this and then use us as a vehicle to begin to start talking about how to communicate effectively, to learn those tools we're going to give you over the next few months to help you become more effective. And think about what that would do for that student who would come out of high school going into either a work environment or a college environment. How much more of an advantage they will have having the skill sets about how to connect and communicate more effectively. It's just a real gift to be able to give them. Now, it could be a real gift in that parents learning to connect using effective communication tools with their teenagers might be a really beneficial tool for parents. So it's not just for leaders and employees. It could be for just anybody that's out there who's trying to, uh, uh, you know, operate within a friendship group, within a family, within a church, within any other organization you happen to operate in. Could be a volunteer organization. So these are all beneficial tools that you will be able to have at your fingertips and use. And like I said, in the emails, they're short and they're going to provide some really good quality information for you, but they're also going to have links, and they're going to are places you can go to find out more information to enhance your knowledge even more, and then add that to the fact that maybe some professional people, some coaches, some mentors, some consultants might also subscribe and start offering advice in these threads that you can create in the email, or say through the community section of my YouTube channel, which is on a post. Uh, you might bump into somebody who you really click with and you think, wow, they could really help me. I'd like him to spend some time helping me, and you two could get together and develop that relationship. So it's a networking opportunity as well for professionals and other people. So I really encourage you to subscribe to this. Again, it'll be a subscription link will be here in the description down near my name. You'll see a subscription link that allow you to go ahead and subscribe. Hurry up and subscribe, and don't miss this upcoming Tuesday's letter, our first email that we're going to send out. I hope this process works. I can't guarantee it. I'm just hoping it will. It'll be beneficial. So, again, subscribe. Make sure you're notified of everything that's coming your way when we're doing these things. And just start getting involved, and let's talk about this. Let's connect with each other.